So everybody, this is the new Marvel game coming from Brode's studio, Second Inner. Founder of Hearthstone, creator of Hearthstone, beloved Hearthstone figurehead, just made a new game in the Marvel universe. It's a card game. I have not seen this yet, so we're gonna watch it together and learn about the new Marvel card game called Marvel Snap. Yeah, hair loud. I want your guys' reactions live. Venom, Doctor Doom. This is just sort of a trailer. It doesn't look like this. I don't know why this Galactus is like a chibi version. I don't know the storyline here. I saw this earlier. He looks like a pop figure or something. I don't know. That's some kind of cool Spider-Man. I don't know. It's like some kind of Hulkbuster, Baby Groot. Like Black Panther Hulkbuster armor looks sick. You got a multiverse card game. Marvel Snap.
I am so excited
hey, we know that
to
guy.
show you what we've been working on for the last 4 years.
He looks good. It looks like
Marvel
he's
Snap is the culmination of everything we've learned
Brode.
about making super fun card games combined with the power of the Marvel universe. It's been an unbelievable honor to work with Marvel and Newverse on our first project. There's never been a game like Marvel Snap, and we're so excited to share it with you.
Ooh.
Marvel Snap is a collectible card game where we stripped out all the stuff that gets in the way of fun and gets everybody straight into the strategic action.
The first thing that makes Marvel Snap different than other CCGs is how fast the games are. Each game is about 3 minutes.
Both players
Whoa.
play simultaneously. There's no waiting.
We've taken your opponent's turns and your turns and layered them on top of each other so that you don't have any waiting. It's just your turn, your turn, your turn, your turn. You get to make all the decisions in half the time.
That's
With Marvel
interesting.
Snap, we really wanted to bring it to the next level. Another example is deck building.
Once upon a time, card games had 60 card decks. You could play 4 copies of any card, which was actually just 15 unique cards. And so in Marvel Snap, we thought, hey, what if we just did 15 unique cards? And actually, the games are so fast, we can go down to 12 cards, which is still about the same amount of strategic depth, but it's so much easier to build a deck. The game is all about the Cosmic Cube. Oh, snap.
In the rank mode, you're basically fighting against other players.
These are all people from Hearthstone, by the way, who loves Hearthstone.
If you think you're gonna win, you can snap your opponent, and that doubles the stakes.
The whole mind games aspect does spike my heart rate a little bit. When you feel like you are going to win the game, you can double down and get more rewards back, which feels great when you win.
If you retreat the game, that means you lose the game. But it doesn't feel bad. It's kind of like a skillful damage control.
It's played over 3 locations, and your goal is to win 2 out of the 3 locations. So the mind games start to happen as you start shuffling your cards around and trying to figure out how to outwit your opponent to secure 2 out of the 3 locations.
Realize I'm cutting off the top of their
heroes
heads.
and villains of the Marvel universe. And every card in Marvel Snap has a unique ability. These powers really affect the game, and so choosing the cards that work best together is one of the most fun parts of the game.
My favorite
don't
card is
totally understand the
probably
gameplay
Magic's
still, but-
Time Doll.
Viper, Galactus,
Gamora.
King the Conqueror. The Marvel universe and Marvel multiverse ultimately is so rich. How can we get all of that into this game? And the only way to do that is through these variants.
Maybe you really like one style of variant, and so you want to collect a bunch of them and
You
build
like
your
pixel
whole
art.
deck using these variants.
We'll find like really unique artists who have such a distinctive style that we actually want to turn into a variant set. So that's another way we approach variants.
It's another way to express yourself in Marvel Snap. So when we launch, there'll be well over 150 base cards for players to collect. And then we're going to continue to be adding new cards to the game every single month as these new seasons roll out.
Battle
We
Pass.
just really want you to see that there's going to be something new in there every day.
It's really important to us that you're not paying for power. The game is free to play, and you can get every card in the game over time without paying anything.
Got him! You can just hit one button and you're right into a game. We try to find a fair match for you. There's no pressure on you to figure out what kind of battle you want to have today.
The skill cap is really high. I think you can play the Snap for thousands of hours and not feel like you've perfected it.
when no game feels the same, you feel like you're always learning. I think that's what's really important for a game feeling like it has meaningful depth.
We have huge ambition of constantly delivering new content and constantly evolving the meta for the game.
Frame break.
That
Frame
will
break, that's
deliver
cool.
better
3D
experience
cards.
to our players.
Marvel Snap is a mobile-first title, but that's not the same as being mobile
first?
only. We are working towards having an early access version available on PC at the time that we launch globally.
I like
One of
that.
the things I'm most excited about in the game are these incredible 3D effects that we have on cards. They really make it feel unlike any other card game.
We did a lot of VFX around communicating an ability for a card, but we also started adding flavor effects that just make cards feel more like who they are, those characters.
The music especially brings together some of the iconic feel and genre that you've come to expect with Marvel.
Anytime a Marvel character has an iconic line, we made sure to record that character saying that line. Human Torch says, "Flame on!" and the Thing says, "It's clobbering time! Hulk smash!"
Marvel Snap is like a continuation of the fandom that many of us have had for Marvel since when we were
Guys, this actually looks pretty cool. I haven't played it yet, by the way. I don't have any inside info here.
On Marvel Snap, I get the luxury of doing what I love. And what I love is art.
You just geek out over the comics that you used to read as a kid and spend every day looking at something that is going to blow your mind. It's just a dream come true.
We hope you enjoyed that first look into the passion and excitement we put into making Marvel Snap. It's been an incredible journey. Thanks to our partners at Marvel and Newverse for helping us get all this together. And follow us on our social media, TikTok, Facebook, Twitter, everything. And go to marvelsnap.com. Sign up for the beta. It starts soon. We'd love to play some games with you. Thanks for watching, everybody.
Yeah, it's great to have Beef. Yeah, it's great to have Ben Brode back. Yeah. That looked pretty cool, actually. I don't know. It was kind of a home run for like sounds and animations, art, which is exactly what Hearthstone nailed at the beginning too, right? Hearthstone really elevated the presentation. The production values were insane. Feels like this is kind of doing that again. That's the one thing, you know, Ben Brode's been best about. I was always, you know, just so impressed with how Hearthstone feels to play. It feels so good. I think Hearthstone has evolved a little bit from like a maintenance standpoint after Brode left, but nobody beats feel.
24 hours later.
We watched the reveal for this yesterday. I didn't know there was a gameplay walkthrough during my stream yesterday, so I'm circling back to watch this gameplay walkthrough. There's also going to be a longer stream apparently tonight, very soon, for Marvel Snap.
Greetings.
You guys, you guys know him. Ben Brode.
I got a couple full games of Marvel Snap to show you today. I'll pause them to cover some high-level
When
details.
when I went to the cinematic thing, it's I was afraid I covered too much of the screen.
Let's jump in.
We'll see. Maybe it's fine.
Today I'm going to be playing a ranked match. There's going to be something at stake here. Today I'm going to be playing a ranked match. There's going to be something at stake here. The game is all about the Cosmic Cube. One Cosmic Cube gives you ultimate power, but what's better than one Cosmic Cube is every Cosmic Cube from every dimension in the multiverse.
I
That's
want
what
'em.
Marvel Snap's about. That's how we determine
Give me the
your rank.
cubes.
The more Cosmic Cubes you have, the higher your rank on the ranked leaderboard. The winner of this match is going to win one Cosmic Cube, and the loser is going to lose one Cosmic Cube, and your rank is going to go either up or down based on that.
I want all the Cosmic Cubes.
My opponent today is Hamilton, and I'm playing a deck that tries to...
I think it was kind of weird how his name's on the top and the other guy's name is on the bottom. That's strange. I did watch this video just so you guys know. I'm heads up. I'll try to kind of like walk through it a little bit, but it's pretty self-explanatory. Bro does a good job walking
I'm playing
through.
a deck that tries to buff my own cards, and the first location here is Wakandan Embassy. Wakandan Embassy gives...
So the one thing I don't know that he opened up well with is each match there are 3 random locations, and these are what you're fighting over. So like the bottom number is your score at this location, and the top number is your opponent's score at this location, and they get revealed over time, and they each have a game-affecting mechanic. And there's like supposedly already 50 of these in the game, and they want to add a new one every week. So what that means is you have like 50 and then 49 and then 48 possibilities every single game already, which is like 100,000 permutations. And I guess they could all be in different orders too. So there really is, I think, like 100,000 plus permutations, so that every game feels distinct and different, and you're not just slamming meta deck into meta deck over and over again, but you're actually adapting to what's happening in game, which I think is kind of cool. I feel like in Hearthstone, we've got these like stale metas that always happen in every game, especially like quest lines. play out exactly the same over and over again. Oh my God, I know exactly how this game goes. I played the same game 37 times. I feel like this gives you the opportunity to say, oh man, this is a weird pair of these two locations. How are these going to impact this game? You have to kind of reset and think about every single game. So anyway, this is Wakandan Embassy. It gives +2 power to cards in players' hands. Cards really only have one stat line. It's power, the kind of big number on the top right. There's a cost as well, but a power. There's not like attack and health. They just have power. You're just trying to make the number go up. And effects, of course, that manipulate
+2 power to cards in both players' hands. So all the cards that started in my hand are going to get an extra little bonus here. Every location has a different, unique ability. We don't know what the other two are going to be just yet. They're going to reveal themselves next turn and the turn after that. The goal of the game
every
is
game
to
6
win
turns, by the way.
2 out of 3 locations. So if I can win 2 out of 3 locations, then I win the game.
Unless it's not.
Now,
There
I
could be
win
things that
locations
change
by
that.
playing my cards at them, and every card has a certain amount of power, and it adds its power to a location. And if you have more power on your side of the location than your opponent has on their side of the location, then you're winning that location.
Okay, so you kind of did explain that.
You're going to win 2 out of 3 to win the game. So it's turn 1. I have 1 energy to spend. You get a little more energy each turn. Only 1 card I have in my hand that costs 1 is Yondu. Yondu is going to add 2 power to a location, and also when he reveals himself to my opponent, he's going to destroy the top card of my opponent's deck, which will give me a little more information about what kind of deck my opponent is playing here. Now, turns are played simultaneously in this game, so while I am thinking about what I want to do, my opponent's thinking about what they want to do, and when we both end the turn, we reveal our choices to each other. Yondu destroys Nightcrawler there. My opponent plays Hawkeye, which gives him a little bonus if he...
I noticed something here. You can play these even though you don't know yet what the reveal is. Like, he played it in a spot that hadn't been revealed yet. So you can kind of like take a gamble and say, I'm going to play it here even though I don't know what this is. You know, he played before that popped up. So that's a little side.
Another card to that location next turn. So that's a little bit of a hint for me that he might play another card to the Wakandan Embassy next turn. And the middle location here is Avengers Compound. It says on turn 5, all cards must be played here. So I know I have to play a card to Avengers Compound on turn 5. The game is only 6 turns long. It's pretty short, and you have to be winning 2 out of 3 locations.
They said it's 3 minutes per game too, so that kind of implies like 30 seconds per turn is all you get, and there are 6 turns. I like cubes. MMR is not hidden. Well, I mean, in theory it's not, but I guess did they actually specify that you're matched up based on the exact number of cubes you have, or could there be some underlying hidden MMR system? Either way, I hope it's transparent as well.
At the end of turn 6 in order to win the game.
Yeah, you gotta. Did I say that? You gotta win 2 out of 3 spots. You can sacrifice 1 to win 2.
By Mr.
A lot of
Sinister,
like
who
Gwent
splits in
stuff
half
and that
both,
side of things.
Creates a copy of himself. And I can play Forge, who has already been buffed by Wakandan Embassy, and gives the next card I play +2 power. So actually, Mr. Sinister is quite good with that buff because he will split and get 2 more powerful copies. My opponent played Star-Lord, which normally would be quite good because if he guesses where I'm going to play, he gets an extra bonus. But he played it to Wakandan Embassy to buff his Hawkeye, and I didn't play there, so he didn't get the bonus. So it's turn 3. Let's see what the third location is going to be. The Space Throne. Wow. So it's just only one card can be here for each
That's
player.
crazy.
Well, that's very interesting. Normally, I want to play a bunch of cards to try and get the highest power I can, but Space Throne means I should just play my highest card, I think. It will overcome my opponent's highest card at that location. I played Forge last turn, so the next card I play is going to have +2 power. So I'm going to play Brode, and Brode is going to make 2 extra copies of itself. And that's great with Forge because all of the copies will have 2 extra power. Oh, my opponent played Electro, which destroys an enemy 1.
A lot of cards being played here. Are you drawing 1 card per turn always, I guess? I wasn't really noticing the hand, or do you just always fill your hand? Yeah, a lot of people are saying it feels like Smash Up. Yeah, I haven't played Smash Up, but that's been a common... Is he drawing 1 card per turn? Here's 2. He goes from 2 to 3. Yeah, he's drawing 1 card per turn. Okay, I just want to double check that.
But I get 2 extra Broodlings. I have a lot of 6 power Broodlings now at Wakandan Embassy. I have 18 power there. That's huge.
Owning
turn
Wakanda
4.
right
We're
now.
over halfway through the game here at this point. And next turn, I will have to play to Avengers Compound. I really want to get Namor, as big as I can get Namor. So I'm going to play Nakia here, and that buffs all the cards in my hand. By giving all of them +2 power. I don't want to waste any energy, so I'm going to play Ant-Man as well. It's a little bit risky because you can only have 4 cards at a location. Playing Ant-Man means that I won't be able to play any more cards to Wakandan Embassy. It gives my opponent a lot of information.
Show your hand. You know about the capped at 18.
How strong I am there. But it's going to be a lot of power. I feel pretty good about being able to win Wakandan Embassy, and so I'm not too worried about giving away that information. Nakia buffs all the cards in my hand, giving them +2 power. My Namor's getting bigger and bigger, which is really helpful for me to try and protect my strategy. Oh, my opponent plays Spider-Man. Oh, no, Spider-Man.
This is insane.
Webs up a location, making it so you can't play there next turn. And because of Avengers Compound, I have to play there and nowhere else. So I actually can't play any cards this turn. I can't even play
He
Namor
created
to
a
Space
lockout.
Throne. This is terrible.
You have to play a card here on 5. Spider-Man says, actually, you can't play cards here next turn. So he's literally unable to do anything.
Terrible for me. I just have
He's
to
just
do
locked
nothing
out.
and end my turn. I drew Captain America. He's useless. Mr. Sinister, useless. I just have to watch while my opponent does whatever they want to bolster their own side. That is terrible for me. And it looks like they're going to play Iron Man. Oh no, Iron Man doubles the power at a location. So now he's got 14 power at Avengers Compound.
Iron Man
so
has
my play
0
is
power
just
himself.
To play Namor to
Screw you,
Space
Iron
Throne. Maybe get a little extra power to try and
You
win
get nothing.
tiebreakers by playing Mr. Sinister to the middle location. But this is not looking great for me. If he has a big enough card at the Space Throne, I'm definitely going to lose. Something really important to note about the last turn of the game is that the cubes at stake will double at the end of the game. Which means at this point, it is
Cubes
my
are like
last
your
opportunity
MMR, your rank,
to think
basically.
about, am I going to win this game or am I going to lose this game?
Like
Because if I'm
stars
gonna
in
lose,
Hearthstone.
I should bail out.
So this is going to go to like gaining 2 stars for a win or losing 2 stars for a loss. So you can retreat before it goes to 2 if you think you're screwed. So you can kind of hedge and save your rank a little bit in bad scenarios. Or
out right now and retreat while the stakes are still at 1. But if I stay in and see how this game ends, then I have to risk 1 more cube. So the winner, if I stay in, the winner's going to win 2 cubes and the loser's going to lose 2 cubes. It'll be a little bit more of an impactful game towards my rank. And I'm feeling pretty good. I got Namor pretty high. I think I'm going to win this game. So I'm sticking it out. We'll see how it goes. So Namor gets a big bonus because he's the only card of location. So he goes up to 14. Mr. Sinister not doing too much right now, but getting me a little extra power.
Mr. Sinister.
My opponent plays Magneto. Magneto grabs all the 3 and 4 cost cards and moves them to that location. But there's no room for any more cards because the Space Throne can only have 1 card in it. So that's less power than Namor.
so
Magneto
move all
grabs
opposing
the
3 and 4 cost cards to this location. Oh, but you can only have 1 card here. Only 1 card? Yeah, only 1 card can be here, so nothing moved over. Okay, so he was trying to steal the points here to win Wakanda because he knew he was already going to lose here, but you can't because of the rules. So that's really like the rules kind of shut down Magneto, but Spider-Man kind of shut down, like, you can see how the cards interacting with the locations is actually pretty significant, yeah. I don't know if I need chat up, by the way. You guys aren't really saying that much. You're saying a little, I guess. It's fine. 12 power is probably his biggest. Yeah, I'm not saying like this is a misplay. I'm just saying like that would be what would happen if this weren't the mechanic, right? I'm not saying like, oh, he's an idiot. Obviously he knows how to play the game more than I do. I'm just saying like in a scenario where this wasn't a locked out board, right? That would be, but he's just out of options. He just doesn't have a way to beat the numbers here. So that just goes to show what the locations actually do that is significant. Now, okay, we're gonna skip ahead to the next game. I wanna like I'll link this, of course you guys can watch the whole thing, but I want to talk about the snap mechanic because I'm running out of time. The gameplay here is pretty similar. I mean, there's obviously different interactions and stuff. You can see some different like this says 1, 2, and 3 cost cards. It can't be played here. If you're an aggro deck, screw you. When you play a card here, destroy it. So I guess you got to get cards there other ways, maybe have some like death rattle style effects, etc. 12 cards in your deck, yeah, and you only draw 9 cards, I think they said, which means you draw 1 per turn for 6 turns plus maybe 3 start in your hand. So you don't always see your whole deck every game. And there's no like duplicate copies. It's exactly 12 unique cards, basically. So anyway, I wanted to talk about the snap mechanic. There is a mechanic where you can snap. So a snap is essentially a mechanic where you can choose to double the stakes. So like you can double it from 1 to 2, and then your opponent can double it from 2 to 4, and then the final turn will double it up to 8 cubes at stake. So there's this kind of bluffing mechanic where you say, I think I'm going to win, or there's a straightforward mechanic where you say, I think I'm going to win. I want double stakes because I know I'm going to win. I want those cubes. I want my rank to go up more. So I'm going to snap and get more cubes. And maybe the opponent goes, oh my God, I'm screwed. I can't beat this guy. He's really confident. He's got 4. He's going to snap to 4 cubes. I'm out of here. I don't want to risk it. So you could bluff too. Like, you could say like, oh, I have no chance. Maybe if I snap, I'll convince them that they are going to lose. Even though I don't have it, they might leave just because I snapped. And so there's this kind of like poker bluffing mechanic. Apparently it's like backgammon too, but I don't know anything about backgammon. Basically, you can kind of mind games your opponent, but it could backfire as well. Now, my problem is going to be, I'm going to want to see the end of every game no matter what. Like, I want to know if I got there, So I'm going to be kind of beholden to snaps probably. So as you can see here, like the final stakes here went up to 8. You know, again, I'll link this so you can watch this whole video if you want. There's also going to be a big VOD later, more gameplay. Now, I just wanted to, like, I haven't played this game yet. A bunch of Hearthstone people did, though. I saw, like, Trump talking about it. I saw Nicolina talking about it. I saw Sunglitters talking about it. Apparently, they've been doing, like, tournaments and playtests behind the scenes. And everybody's saying really good things. Now, I can't vouch for this. You'd have to check with those people independently. But the word on the street is it's both very fun and addictive. And the dev team was, like, super plugged into everybody and offering a ton of, like, insights and adjustments. And apparently maybe even, like, talk them into the PC client and stuff. Like, Sunglitter said she was just, like, playing it on her phone constantly. It was really sad when they finally ended, like, the test period or whatever. So it's got some hype building among content creators. Now, that said, content creators said Artifact was going to be the best game in history. Literally, dozens of people were talking about how Artifact was the greatest game ever made. And it wasn't, to say the least. So I would say let's proceed with caution and hesitation as always, right? Like, we don't know the full monetization details. We got more people to play it. There is, I think, an inherent bias among content creators playing stuff early to want to like it for 2 reasons. Number one, if it's successful, that's good for them. This is including me. I have the same biases. It's we're biased to like it because we want it to be good because that means our content's going to be more successful. But also, it's like you have early access. You're getting to do the thing. You don't have a lot of feedback from various groups of people. It's all like really dedicated strategic gamers. So you can kind of get caught up in the hype and not be objective. That said, so far everybody's saying a lot of good things, so we'll see. That said, it's free to play, so it's not like you got to risk a lot to try it out. Try it out and see how it goes. I think beta, for like a closed beta starting soon. You can sign up on the website if you want to check it out and try to get into the closed beta. Otherwise, who knows when it'll be out, but it looks pretty polished and almost done. I would expect a release fairly near future, basically. Is it only on mobile? No, they said they're going to make a PC client as well. It sounds like maybe that would come a little later, kind of like an inverse Hearthstone, but mobile first with PC. I don't know how it's going to translate to PC. It's got a pretty narrow vertical build here. I think the cards read a little small, personally. I think that's why they have these like big logos that, like, whether you've got a variant skin or not, you can still kind of identify it, but it reads a little small to me. But otherwise, I think it looks pretty cool. Cards look cool. Sounded nice. Animations looked good. Like, a lot of positive production values, as far as I could tell. Yeah, I'm not confident it's going to be a great streaming game. There's not a lot of downtime, and it's maybe a little hard to read. I mean, I like that there's kind of just 6 numbers you have to know to understand the state of the game, but there's not like a lot of really long, in-depth 20-minute games for people to really get hooked. So I'm definitely wondering if it'll be good to stream or not. Curious, we'll try it, but might be more of a game people play than one that's like big on Twitch and pops off on Twitch and stuff. Might still be good for YouTube videos, so this can be more like educational in essence. Yeah, I mean, just looking at my screen right now, right? Like, I know I don't have this maximized. This isn't true to scale for a phone, but actually it's much bigger than a phone. I mean, for me, it's like not that far away, but the text is way tinier than your guys' text, which I sized to be appropriate, like the Twitch chat text. I thought it was readable at a YouTube scale, and the text in the game is much, much smaller if I were to be streaming this in full screen. So might be hard to read on a YouTube or content scale. But yeah, they sent me a box. Here's a letter. I don't know if I'm supposed to read this all on stream or not. To you, our most esteemed pal, I can't even read. Our most esteemed pal, come join us in announcing Marvel Snap to the world. Head over to marvelsnap.com, which is where we are. Oh, this is a cool, like, almost poster. That's sick. So you guys can see this stuff up closer. Marvel Snap poster, a little bit green screened there by Venom, but that looks awesome. I got some stickers. Marvel Snap stickers. Those look sick. Love stickers, dude. Oh! I got a hat! Oh, focus. Focus! This hat turns you into an interdimensional blob of blur. I got a hat. What I look like in a hat, by the way. I got a mug. Marvel Snap mug. Thank you, Ben Brode and crew. I got a looking glass portrait. What does that mean? No, I've never been a hat guy. No, I wore a hat like one summer as a kid. That's it. It says your first personal holographic display. It's some kind of fancy. I don't know. I can't set that up right now, but some kind of fancy holographic display. Wow. I think that's everything. A lot of bubble wrap. This is now an ASMR stream. Congratulations. Yeah, wow. So anyway, guys, I'm going to drop off of here. We'll check this out when it comes out. I'm very excited to try it. I hope it's good. I want games to be good for the sake of competition, for the sake of having more options for people. Thank you. See you soon. This is a funny face I paused on, but it's a great great way to end the video. I'll just zoom in on Brode to end the video. So love you. Thank you. And until next time, game on.